a slow, peaceful 2-hour journey through 100 gentle mysteries that science still cannot fully explain, told softly to help you drift into sleep. Settle in. Let the air around you soften just a little. Let the weight of the day loosen its grip. Nothing is urgent now. Nothing demands your attention. Tonight, we're going to drift through 100 scientific mysteries, not to solve them, but to rest inside their quiet wonder. Small puzzles, vast questions, delicate unknowns, each one a soft stepping stone deeper into calm. And if these gentle stories help you relax, if they bring you comfort, or help you fall asleep a little easier tonight, feel free to subscribe. Quiet channels grow slowly, one sleepy soul at a time. Why a brain feels like someone? There's a quiet observer inside you, not loud, not bright, just present. A soft awareness that notices the rise of your breath, the touch of the pillow, the slow settling of your thoughts. Scientists call it consciousness, but naming it doesn't explain it. No one truly knows how the brain creates the feeling of being alive on the inside. Philosopher David Chalmers calls this the hard problem of consciousness. Electrical signals move through the brain. They spark, flash, and fade, yet somehow they create experience. The color of morning light, the taste of memory, warmth, sadness, stillness. Science cannot explain why these signals feel like anything at all. Another mystery. Why is there a you point of view? Why do you experience the world from inside your body and not from someone else's? No theory fully captures that quiet center of perspective. It simply exists, like a candle flame in a dark room. Even in dreams, like where logic bends and the edges of reality soften, there is still a you experiencing it. Science can measure brain waves, but cannot explain how a dream feels so real while you float through it. Quiet wonders everywhere. The origin of life. How non-living matter woke up. Life began at least 3.5 billion years ago on a young Earth filled with volcanic oceans, lightning, minerals, and starlight. But how did lifeless molecules suddenly, or slowly, cross the line into living? Science still doesn't know. In the 1950s, the Miller-Urey experiment created amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, from simple gases and electricity. It was exciting, but not enough. Amino acids are not life. A cell is far more complex, with membranes, metabolism, and the quiet machinery of self-replication. Some scientists believe life began on clay surfaces, where minerals could have acted like templates for organizing early molecules, but it's still only a hypothesis, soft as a guess on the wind. Others think warm hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor provided the energy and chemistry needed. These vents look like dark chimneys rising from the seafloor, breathing minerals into the deep. Life may have awakened in the glow of their warmth, or maybe not. We still don't know. The question remains, how did the universe go from rocks and water to creatures that can wonder about rocks and water? Quiet mysteries, ancient ones. The force we feel but don't understand, you feel it right now. The gentle pull holding you to the mattress, steady and constant like a whisper from the earth itself. This is gravity, the oldest force humans have known, and one of the least understood. Einstein described gravity not as a force, but as the bending of space-time. Objects follow the curves of that fabric. But why does mass bend space-time? And what is space-time made of? Science has no final answer. Gravity does not fit with quantum mechanics, the theory that explains tiny particles. All the other forces, electromagnetism, the strong force, the weak force, fit neatly into quantum laws. Gravity refuses, like a quiet puzzle piece that won't lock into the picture. Some scientists think gravity behaves oddly because most of the universe is made of invisible dark matter. But dark matter has never been detected directly. It is a shadow with no light, known only by its pull. And so gravity remains a whispering mystery, quiet questions under everything. Look up at the night sky, every star, every planet, every galaxy, all of it is only 5% of the universe. The rest is made of things science cannot see, cannot touch, cannot measure directly. Dark matter is thought to surround galaxies, shaping their motion. Without it, galaxies would spin apart like leaves in the wind. But what is it made of? Particles, fields, something stranger. No one knows. Dark energy is even more mysterious. It pushes the universe apart, accelerating its expansion like a quiet breath that never ends, but its nature remains unknown. A gentle pressure woven into the fabric of existence. Imagine a room where everything visible, furniture, light, walls, your own hands, makes up only 5% of what exists. The rest is invisible, silent, but deeply real. That is our universe. Quiet invisibility, vast and patient. Why time flows and why we can't stop it? You feel time passing in the slow drift of your breath, in the soft shift of your thoughts. But what is time? Why does it move forward and never backward? Science doesn't truly know. The laws of physics allow time to run either direction, forward or backward. Both should be possible. Yet the universe chooses one direction, toward the future. This arrow of time is still unexplained. One idea is entropy, the tendency for things to spread out, to become more disordered over time. But why does entropy increase? And why should that create the feeling of time flowing? No one is certain. And then there is the biggest question. What existed before the universe? Did time itself begin? Or has it always flowed like an endless river we only recently stepped into? Quiet puzzles at the edge of existence. The nightly mystery that every creature depends on sleep as one of the greatest necessities of life, as essential as food, as old as evolution itself. Nearly every animal sleeps, from tiny ants to enormous whales. Even plants follow circadian rhythms, but the true purpose of sleep remains a soft, unresolved puzzle. You feel it now? The body relaxing, the mind loosening its hold, the world becoming distant and safe. Scientists know that sleep helps consolidate memories. Dreaming stages like REM sleep seem to sort and file experiences, but babies dream before they have language, and animals dream without complex logic, so memory can't be the whole story. Another idea, sleep saves energy, but the amount saved is tiny, only about 100 calories over a night, barely the energy of a slice of bread. That can't explain why sleep is so necessary that animals risk predators and danger just to close their eyes. A newer theory says that during deep sleep, the brain flushes out waste products through a system called the glymphatic system. It works like a slow, gentle rinse, but even that doesn't explain the vivid worlds of dreams, the paralyzing stillness of REM sleep, or the feeling of drifting beyond yourself. Sleep is a nightly surrender to something ancient, powerful, and only partially understood. Quiet mysteries behind closed eyes, why the mind tells stories in the dark. Close your eyes and your brain becomes a storyteller. It paints landscapes that never existed, replays memories that never happened, builds impossible scenes with people who feel real but dissolve the moment you wake. Why? No one knows for sure. Some theories claim that dreams are just the brain firing randomly and the mind trying to make sense of noise, but dreams can be emotional, symbolic, sometimes healing, sometimes eerily meaningful. Randomness feels too shallow. Another idea: dreams help process emotions. When something troubles you, your dreams may soften it, bend it, rewrite it in symbolic language. But this doesn't explain why animals also appear to dream. Dogs paddle their legs, cats twitch, even rats replay mazes from memory. Then there are lucid dreams, when you suddenly realize you are dreaming and can gently influence the dream. Why does consciousness sometimes wake inside the dream world while the body remains asleep? No one can fully explain it. Dreams are interior galaxies, vivid, fragile, and forever unexplained. Quiet wonders behind the eyelids. Why belief can heal the placebo effect is one of the softest, strangest mysteries in medicine. If a person believes a pill will help them, even if it contains no medicine, their body often responds as if it were real. This is not imagination. It's measurable. Chemical changes, reduce pain, lower stress hormones, improve sleep. But how? One idea is that expectation triggers real biochemical effects: endorphins, dopamine, natural pain relief. But that doesn't explain why placebos sometimes work, even when people are told they're taking a placebo. Perhaps the brain reinterprets signals, softens pain, or activates self-healing pathways, but the exact mechanism is still out of reach, like a shadow on a wall you can see but cannot touch. Even stranger, the nocebo effect. When belief in harm creates real symptoms, harmless substances can cause headaches, nausea, or pain simply because someone expects them to. Belief itself may be one of the quiet forces of biology, woven deep into the body's chemistry, hidden behind layers of consciousness. Quiet power, soft and invisible. How creatures navigate entire oceans and continents. Every year, monarch butterflies fly thousands of miles, from Canada to Mexico, to the same forest their great-grandparents once visited. Sea turtles cross entire oceans and return to the exact beach where they hatched. Birds travel across continents at night, guided by something science has not fully mapped. Some animals seem to sense Earth's magnetic field as if using an invisible compass. But the structure behind this sense, the magnetoreceptor, has never been conclusively found. Is it a protein, a crystal, a quantum effect? We don't know. Some birds navigate by starlight, but on cloudy nights they continue flying with astonishing precision. What guide do they switch to when the stars disappear? No one knows. A few theories propose that animals build smell maps of the Earth. But how would a turtle smell its way through thousands of miles of ocean with no clear scent trails? It remains unexplained. Migration is choreography with no choreographer, a silent ancient instinct that guides millions with perfect timing. Quiet navigation beneath the stars. The gentle strangeness of joy laughter is universal, found in every culture, every language, even in animals like rats, chimps, and dogs who make playful vocalizations. But why do we laugh? What is its purpose? Scientists know laughter is social, bonding us together, reducing stress hormones, and releasing endorphins. But that explains what it does, not what it is. People laugh when nervous and surprise and confusion, or even during moments of grief. Laughter can appear without anything funny happening. Why does the body respond this way? No one can say. Laughter has patterns, short bursts of sound like tiny waves of breath. It's almost musical. Across cultures, those rhythms are strikingly similar, as if wired into the nervous system. But why those patterns? Unknown. When researchers tickle young rats, they emit high-frequency chirps that are believed to be laughter. This suggests laughter may be ancient, tens of millions of years old. But how did it evolve? And why? Still a mystery. Laughter is a bright ripple in the quiet water of the mind, spontaneous, soothing, and deeply unexplained. The quiet flicker of, I've lived this before, sometimes for just a breath, a moment, feels familiar. A hallway you've never walked through, a voice you've never heard, a place you've never seen that feels strangely remembered. This gentle flicker is déjà vu, a soft echo in the mind that science still cannot fully explain. One idea says déjà vu is a tiny misfire in the brain's memory system where the present is briefly processed as if it were a memory. But this doesn't explain why déjà vu often carries a deep emotional pull, a sense of meaning, a quiet tug of familiarity. Another theory suggests that the brain processes sensory information in two pathways, a fast one and a slow one. If the fast one triggers first, you may feel as if you remember what you're only just experiencing. But again, the emotional echo remains unexplained. A softer theory says déjà vu might come from forgotten dreams, when waking life matches a dream you don't remember having. But dreams are usually chaotic and shifting, while déjà vu moments feel strangely crisp and precise. Whatever its cause, déjà vu remains a gentle ripple on the surface of consciousness, brief, mysterious, and quietly beautiful. Why bodies grow old at all every second? Your cells are working, repairing, copying, replacing. Your body is constantly renewing itself, yet no matter how perfectly it tries, aging continues. Skin softens, bones change, memories shift, and the body slowly leans toward rest. Why? Science doesn't fully know. One idea says that over time, DNA collects tiny bits of damage that the body cannot perfectly repair. This leads to aging. But some creatures, like the tiny jellyfish Turritopsis doherni, appear to reverse aging entirely. So why can't humans? Another theory focuses on telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of DNA strands. They shorten each time a cell divides, acting like a biological clock. But some animals have long lives despite short telomeres, and others have long telomeres, yet short lives. The pattern is not consistent. This theory says evolution invested more in reproduction than in long-term maintenance of the body. But that feels like a partial answer, not the full story. Aging remains one of the softest mysteries of biology, an inevitable drift that even science can't fully read. Why we do it, why it spreads, and why it feels so good you may feel one coming just from hearing the word. A slow, gentle stretch of breath, a quiet opening of the body, a release. Yawning is ancient, universal, and strangely contagious. But what is it for? Some researchers believe yawning cools the brain, helping it stay alert, but yawns happen when we're tired, relaxed, or about to sleep, times when alertness is fading anyway. So the purpose remains unclear. Yawning spreads. If someone yawns near you, there's a good chance you'll yawn too. Even hearing a yawn or reading about one can trigger it. This suggests a social purpose, a shared rhythm that synchronizes group behavior. But why would evolution favor that? Still a mystery. Human fetuses yawn in the womb before they experience temperature changes, before they socialize, before they speak or see. So yawning must be older than all our explanations, a soft reflex with no certain purpose, yet strangely satisfying, like a stretch for the mind. The quiet, expansive emotions, awe is different from fear, different from joy, different from curiosity. It is spacious, calming, a feeling that softens the self and expands the world. You might feel awe watching a sunrise, listening to ocean waves, or gazing at stars older than history. But why do humans feel it? Some believe awe helps us bond, that early humans felt awe toward leaders or natural forces, which encouraged cooperation. But awe also appears when we look at tiny things, like snowflakes, microscopic life, or the delicate symmetry of a leaf. So the theory feels incomplete. Awe often makes people feel smaller, quieter, more connected to others. This emotional shift has measurable effects on the brain, but why would evolution reward a feeling of smallness? Still unknown. Every culture recognizes awe. Music triggers it, nature triggers it, silence triggers it. Even math or philosophy can spark a feeling of vastness and gentle wonder. Awe is a universal emotion with no universal explanation, a quiet doorway to something deeper. The feeling of self, the quiet voice inside your mind. You carry a sense of I, a gentle awareness that feels separate from the world around you. But what is the self? Where is it located? How does the brain create this steady sense of identity? Science only has fragments of answers. There is no self-center that lights up in brain scans. Instead, many regions work together. Memory areas, emotional centers, the default mode network. Yet none explain why the self feels unified. Your body replaces nearly all its atoms every 7 to 10 years. Your thoughts change, your habits shift, your memories fade and rewrite. So why does the self feel continuous? What holds it together? Science doesn't know. Certain states, deep meditation, psychedelic experiences, intense flow, can make the sense of self dissolve or become quiet. If the self can turn off, what does that mean about its true nature? The self is the closest mystery, a soft presence always with you, yet never fully understood. The quiet connection between particles. Some mysteries live in the smallest places, tiny realms where matter behaves like whispers instead of objects, like possibilities instead of certainties. One of the softest, strangest mysteries is quantum entanglement. Two particles become linked in such a deep, quiet way that when one changes, the other responds instantly, even if they're miles apart, even across a continent, even across space. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. And to this day, no one truly understands how it works. Entangled particles appear to share information without sending anything. No energy, no message, no light, no force, just instant connection. But physics says nothing can travel faster than light, so what exactly is happening? Science still can't explain it. Some theories propose that hidden variables, unseen rules beneath reality, control entanglement, but experiments haven't found any evidence for such hidden structures. Another idea says entangled particles aren't two objects but one system spread across space, not communication, but unity. A gentle connection beyond ordinary understanding, like a soft thread woven through the fabric of existence. Quiet physics, stranger than dreams. How Earth gained its silent companion. Look up on a clear night and the moon glows back, steady, pale, ancient. But despite centuries of study, the moon's true origin remains partly hidden in shadow. The leading idea says a Mars-sized planet struck early Earth and the debris formed the moon. It's elegant, dramatic, and widely taught, but problems remain. The moon's composition is too similar to Earth's mantle and not similar enough to the impactor. Why would a collision erase nearly all traces of the other planet? Science doesn't know. Some researchers suggest 2 impacts occurred instead of 1. A slow celestial dance that eventually created the moon, but simulations still don't match the moon's chemistry. Another idea says a rapidly spinning young Earth flung off material that became the moon, but this requires an implausibly fast rotation. The moon remains a quiet companion with an unclear past, a silver question hanging in the night. The only visible emotion, humans are the only creatures known to blush. A soft flush across the cheeks, warming the skin in moments of embarrassment, shyness, or sudden attention. Darwin called blushing the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. But what is it for? One theory says blushing signals honesty. It shows others that we realize a mistake or feel vulnerable. But blushing also happens when we receive a compliment or during moments of affection. Not just embarrassment. Some emotions heat the body, so blushing might release warmth, but it only affects the face, not the whole body. So this theory falls short. Blushing is involuntary. You can't make it happen, and you can't stop it. It is an honest signal the body sends without your permission. But why evolution shaped such a visible vulnerability remains unknown. A gentle glow the body reveals without words. Is space infinite, or curved, flat, or forever expanding? When you look at the night sky, you're seeing only a tiny slice of something unimaginably vast. But what is the shape of all space? What is the architecture of the universe? Science has several answers and none feel complete. Measurements suggest the universe is flat. Parallel lines stay parallel forever. But a truly flat universe implies infinite space, infinite matter, infinite galaxies, infinite possibilities. Breathe, is the universe really infinite? Science isn't sure. Another possibility, the universe curves back on itself like the surface of a sphere, but in higher dimensions. Travel far enough in one direction, and you might eventually return to where you started. But observations don't fully support this either. We know the universe is expanding, but we don't know into what. Is it expanding into nothing? Is it creating space as it grows? Is there an edge or no boundary at all? The shape of the universe remains an uncharted horizon, a vast, quiet unknown. Where new ideas come from, you felt it before. A thought that appears suddenly, soft as a feather, unexpected, bright and delicate, an idea. Where do ideas come from? What is creativity made of? Science knows how neurons fire, how memories combine, how networks connect. But the moment of inspiration remains mysterious. Creative thinking often arises when the mind wanders, when you're quiet, not focused, during showers, walks, or moments right before sleep. But why does the brain produce its most original thoughts when it's not trying? Science can't say. Ideas seem to form below awareness, pieces rearranging, patterns linking, memories blending. But how does the brain decide what to bring forward into consciousness? Still unknown. Many great ideas in history came in flashes: Archimedes in a bath, Newton with an apple, Einstein during daydreams. Why does insight arrive all at once instead of gradually? Creativity is a quiet spark, a warm flicker in the dark of the mind, forever mysterious. Why organized sound can move the human soul? A melody is just vibrating air. A gentle wave, a shifting pressure, a trembling of molecules. And yet, music can soothe grief, spark joy, stir memory, and soften the mind into calmness. Why should sound have such power? Science only has partial answers. Music has no obvious survival value. It doesn't help us find food, avoid danger, or navigate the world. And yet, every human culture has created it. Even ancient flutes from tens of thousands of years ago show the presence of rhythm and melody. When you listen to music, the brain lights up in many areas at once: emotion centers, memory centers, motor regions, language circuits. Music engages the brain more than any other activity. But why does this interconnected glow feel like comfort? No one fully knows. Humans seem to create music even without training. Children hum naturally. Isolated cultures invent scales. The brain seems wired to shape sound into beauty for reasons science cannot name. Music is a quiet architecture of emotion, soft, invisible, and endlessly mysterious. Why water behaves unlike any other substance? Water is simple. 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen atom, and yet it behaves unlike almost every other liquid in ways that remain unexplained. You drink it, you bathe in it, you feel it fall as rain, but its properties are quietly strange. Most substances contract when they freeze. Water expands. Ice floats. This keeps lakes alive in winter and shapes the planet's climate. But why water behaves this way is still debated. Water molecules cling to each other with unusual strength. This lets insects walk on water, lets droplets form perfect spheres, and shapes clouds in delicate patterns. Why so much cohesion? Not fully understood. Water absorbs heat more gently than almost anything. This stabilizes the oceans and keeps Earth habitable, but the quantum structure behind this remains partly mysterious. Water is ordinary everywhere, and yet one of the quietest enigmas in nature. Every living creature begins as a single cell, one tiny bubble of life containing instructions that somehow unfold into hearts, lungs, eyes, bones, thoughts. DNA carries genetic information, but DNA alone does not explain how cells know where to go, how to form a hand instead of a liver, an eye instead of a foot. The blueprint seems larger than the genome. One idea says chemicals form gradients that tell cells where they are in the body map. But these gradients are delicate, easily disturbed, and yet development is remarkably robust. Why doesn't the process fall apart? Science still wonders. A new theory suggests that electrical signals between cells play a role in shaping the body, a quiet conversation in voltage and light, but the full language is still unknown. Life organizes itself with choreography, more complex than any machine, soft, precise, and deeply mysterious. The shrinking sensation of years as children, a year felt endless. Summer stretched wide, holidays took forever to arrive, but as adults, years seem to drift by like quick breaths. Why does time feel faster as we grow older? Science has a few guesses, but no certainty. One idea says a year becomes a smaller fraction of your life as you age. To a 5-year-old, a year is 20% of all experience. To a 50-year-old, it is only 2%. But this doesn't explain why slow days still happen or why certain moments feel timeless. As people age, the speed of neural processing may slow slightly, making external events feel faster by comparison. But evidence is incomplete. When life is full of new experiences, the brain records more details, making time feel longer. When life becomes more routine, fewer details get stored, making time feel compressed. But none of these theories fully capture the gentle ache of passing years. Time is felt, not measured, a quiet mystery in the mind, how everything will end or begin again. The universe expands every second. Galaxies drift apart in a slow cosmic dance. Stars burn, fade, and collapse. Planets spin in silent arcs. But what will happen in the far future? Science has theories, but no firm answers. The most accepted idea is that the universe will expand until stars burn out, galaxies fade, and everything cools into quiet darkness. Another theory says gravity might someday reverse the expansion, pulling everything inward until the universe collapses into a single point of heat and light, perhaps beginning again. A more dramatic idea? Dark energy could grow so strong that it tears galaxies apart, then stars, then atoms. None of these futures can be confirmed. We live in the earliest pages of a story whose ending is unknown. The universe is a vast, gentle question still unfolding. As we reach the end of our journey, let the quiet settle around you. Let your breath slow. Let your thoughts soften into something loose, simple, light. You've traveled through hundreds of mysteries, some tiny as a particle, some wide as the universe, and through every one there was something constant. You, your awareness, your gentle presence. You are part of these mysteries too, a small piece of the universe that can wonder, feel, rest, and dream. Tonight you drift deeper into that quiet belonging. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are made of it. Stars, oceans, cells, thoughts, all woven into one soft thread. Rest now. You are safe. You are part of the story, and the story is peaceful tonight.